Assalamu alaikum everyone. I am Karan Kumar, Public Relations Officer at Sindh Educational Organization, and I welcome you all in today's session. So, as you know, SEO usually brings sessions on different aspects, whether it's educational opportunity, career counseling, or motivation. So, today's topic is quite related on promoting sustainability and community service among the youth. And today, our guest is Ms. Shalina Mehboob. She is currently pursuing electrical engineering from National University of Science and Technology, and she will be guiding you today more related to the topic. It's over to you, Ms. Shalini.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Shalina Mehboob. Firstly, I'll just share the presentation with you all, and then let's begin. So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Shalina Mehboob, and I am a third-year student at National University of Sciences and Technology, PNEC, majoring in electrical engineering. So currently, I am also serving as the president for ECSS, which is the Educational and Community Service Society in NUST PNEC, which is a student-based society, basically. So let's head on towards the topic that I will be talking about today, which is sustainability and community service amongst the youth. And I really appreciate Sindh Educational Organization to provide me with this platform. So let's now talk about sustainability. What do you guys understand by the word sustainability and sustainable practices? Basically, sustainability means to meet our present needs without the let's move on to it. See, okay. So basically, sustainability means is to meet our present needs, maximizing the ability of our future generations to meet their own needs. It is very important to preserve and sustain our resources for our future generations. The idea of sustainability is often broken down into three core ideas, which are the environmental, social, and economic stabilities, basically. So they are also informally known as profits, planets, and people. So basically, what we all know that in economic production, that is the production of products which generate revenue, the industries require raw materials like gas, coal, water, etc. Thereof, the concept of economic stability, which is the right one, it mainly focuses on conserving the natural resources that provide the raw material for economic production, including both renewable and exhaustible materials. Now, if we head on towards the environmental stability, it adds greater emphasis on the life support systems, such as the atmosphere or soil, that must be maintained for economic production or human life to even occur. It focuses mainly on the ecosystems around us. Now, if you move towards the social sustainability, it basically focuses on the human and social effects of the economic systems. And this category includes attempts to eradicate poverty and hunger, as well as to combat inequality. Now let's head towards the Sustainable Development Goals. So what are these Sustainable Development Goals basically? The Sustainable Development Goals are a set of 17 interconnected global sustainability goals established by the United Nations in 2015. They aim to address a wide range of global challenges, including poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, peace, and justice. The 17 SDGs are interlinked together, such that an action in any one area will affect in the outcomes in other areas as well. And the development must balance social, economic, and environmental sustainability, as mentioned in the previous slide. They are designed to be a blueprint for achieving a better and more sustainable future by 2023. So here are the 17 SDGs that I just mentioned. Starting off with the first SDG, which is no poverty, which aims to end poverty in all its forms in every part of the world, as it is one of the greatest challenges faced by humanity, with majority of the people being deprived of their most basic human right. Number 2 is the zero hunger. Zero Hunger aims to end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition, and also to promote sustainable agriculture so that the people could meet their nutritional needs, as we know that a vast majority of people are undernourished. So it aims to it aims to end hunger in all its forms, basically. Now heading towards the third goal, which is good health and well-being. This aims to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages, which also refers to providing with proper medical care to people who are deprived of the basic medical facilities. So it basically is like it lies on the medical side of the whole environment. Now, if we move towards the next SDG, which is the quality education. So basically, quality education ensures inclusive and equitable quality education for every kid in every corner of the world, as every kid deserves to get quality education. And it also promotes lifelong learning opportunities for all, as every kid deserves to be educated, as I mentioned before. Now let's head towards the next SDG, which is gender equality. This SDG basically focuses on achieving gender equality and empowering all women and girls to step up in all spheres of life. Now let's head towards the next SDG, which is clean water and sanitation. So basically, clean water and sanitation, it aims to ensure the availability and sustainable management of water resources and sanitation for everyone. Because as we know that majority of the population, even in Pakistan, is forced to drink unhealthy and unhygienic water, as they don't have access to clean water and they don't have access to clean water resources. So let's move on to the next SDG, which is affordable and clean energy. This SDG basically aims at ensuring the access to affordable, reliable, and sustainable and modern energy for everyone. By expanding the infrastructure and upgrading technology to provide clean and more efficient energy in all countries, will encourage growth and help the environment as well. Decent work and economic growth. This SDG basically aims to promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, productive environment, and a decent work opportunities for everyone. Moving on towards the ninth SDG, which is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. It basically encourages to build strong and lasting infrastructure, support fair and sustainable industrialization, and encourage new ideas and technologies. Where the technological progress is also a key to finding lasting solutions to both economic and environmental challenges, such as providing new jobs and promoting energy efficiency. Promoting sustainable industries and investing in scientific research and innovation are all important ways of facilitating the sustainable development. Number 10 is reduced inequalities. So basically, there was a survey conducted, and recently income inequality is on the rise. The richest 10% of the people have up to 40% of the total global income, whereas the poorest 10% of the people earn only between 2 to 7% of the total global income, which is a bigger inequality. So now, if we talk about the population growth inequality in developing countries like Pakistan and India, for example, inequality has reached by 11%. Therefore, SDG number 10 aims to reduce inequality within the countries and amongst them. SDG number 11, which is sustainable cities and communities. So basically, the rapid growth of cities such as Karachi is a result of rising populations and increasing migrations from the rural areas, which has led to a boom in megacities, especially in the developing countries like our own country. And slums are becoming a more significant feature of the urban life. Therefore, this SDG proposes making cities sustainable, which means creating career and business opportunities, safe and affordable housing for everyone, and building resilient societies and economies, all for to make the cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Now let's head towards the next SDG, which is 12th SDG, responsible consumption and production. This SDG basically aims at ensuring sustainable consumption of our resources and sustainable production patterns, making sure that none is wasted. SDG number 13, which is the climate action, which is also one of the most important SDG. As we all know that the climate action is an ongoing issue, right? Which is advancing at an alarming rate. The temperatures are rising worldwide, and a demonstration was the last month in the cities, especially Karachi, Islamabad, and Lahore. This SDG suggests to take urgent action to combat climate change and its impacts. Now heading towards the next one, which is life below water. This SDG basically aims to protect the aquatic ecosystem, conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. Life on Earth, life on land, SDG number 15. Life on land basically it suggests that it basically is to protect restore, and promote sustainable use of earthly ecosystems, sustainably manage forests instead of burning or cutting them, combat desertification, and reverse land degradation, and halt biodiversity loss, which is at its peak right now. Now let's move towards SDG number 16, which is peace, justice, and strong institutions. Basically, this SDG promotes peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development, provide access to justice for all, and build effective and accountable and inclusive institutions at all levels. SDG number 17, which means partnership for the goals, which basically means to strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development, which means to collaborate at a global level to combat all these challenges, right? So these were the 17 SDGs. And if you want to know more about them in further detail, you may visit undp.org. They have defined each SDG and how are they implementing these SDGs in their work. Now let's talk about community work or community service and how can we as an individual or as a community play our role in promoting sustainability and helping others. I believe it is safe to say that if we incorporate either of the SDGs mentioned above in our work or just pick either of the SDG and implement it in our society, we will be directly or indirectly affecting our community for the better. I have listed down a few community service initiatives that we can work on as a community or as an individual, and I have also linked them up with the SDGs mentioned above. Okay, so number one is a community garden. What this means is that you can set up a community garden on campus, community, or your house, where you may like plant either fruit or vegetable bearing plants, or you may make it rather aesthetic by introducing colorful flowers. And this initiative would only help in promoting sustainable food production by contributing to SDG number 2, which is zero hunger. And this is going to happen when you plant fruit or vegetable bearing plants only. Now, number 2 is biodiversity. This will also contribute to biodiversity, which is directly contributing to SDG number 15, which is life on land, as it will be a shelter for different kind of insect and living organisms, right? It will also be contributing to environmental awareness, which is directly linked with SDG number 13, which is climate action. Because as we all know that planting trees helps in the purification of environment, right? And you may also incorporate organic farming practices to minimize the environmental impact, contributing to SDG number 12, which aims at responsible consumption and production. And this plantation will also be creating greener spaces for the campus or the community to enjoy, contributing to SDG number 11, which is sustainable cities and communities. Number 2 is education for all. Basically, every kid has the right to be educated, right? And what we can do as an individual or as a group is to educate people or children by conducting sessions, such as the SIND organization is doing currently. You don't have to reach out to a larger audience for your session to be successful. Your success will be measured if even one of the attendees of your session gains something valuable. That this will cover the SDG number 4, which suggests that quality education should be available for all, empowering individuals to become agents of positive change. The area that you cover in your sessions might suggest any other SDGs that could be related to your sessions. For example, if it is an awareness session on the marine life, then it might as well cover SDG number 14, which is life below water. The next initiative that you guys can embark on is water conservation campaign, right? In this campaign, you can spread awareness about the importance of water conservation and implement water conservation measures on campus to promote sustainable management, which contributes to SDG number 6, clean water and sanitation. You can do that by installing water saving fixtures and pasting stickers all around the water fixtures, reminding people to save water and save our earth, right? You can also organize educational campaigns on how you can conserve water and what are the water conservation practices and how to protect our aquatic ecosystems. Also adding on to the SDG number 14, which is life below water. Now, let's move on to the fourth one, which is the waste reduction and recycle. Okay, how you can play a role in this program? You can talk with the administration of your campus or community and implement a comprehensive waste reduction and recycling program, encouraging people to recycle their waste in the right way to minimize waste reduction waste generation. It will also contribute to SDG number 12, which states responsible consumption and production. It will also help in promoting environmental sustainability. The administration can provide recycling bins, organize waste collection drives, and raise awareness about proper waste management practices among students and staff. Okay. So basically, these were the few initiatives that we can take to not only promote sustainability, but also to serve our community, as they all directly or indirectly influences our community. I believe that change starts with you. So let's not wait for someone else to bring the change that we all have been waiting for, but instead, let's be the change that we want to see around us by changing our ways, educating others, and serving our community. If we take small steps on an individual level, we may achieve wonders when put together. So let's start now. I hope these initiatives might be useful, or you can all look into other such initiatives as well. And let's be a beacon of hope for the community around us starting today. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time and attention. I hope you found this session fruitful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here and sharing insights into sustainability. So we are ending our meeting here. So finally, thank you very much, ma'am, for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting.
Goodbye, everyone. We are ending.